I am a driven, determined, resourceful, and #proud single Zulu mama to an ambitious 16-year-old who truly believes that the world is her oyster. But when I grew up, the narrative was somewhat different for girls. It was all about us being groomed so that we can find a great husband and never ever need to use our voice. So as my daughter is stepping into her own unique strength, I'm ensuring that absolutely everything that I do is in support of raising this fiercely driven, super talented, yet extremely gracious and humble Zulu girl. But I'm making sure that she is a global citizen who's also really proud of her culture. She is super rooted in her roots and her heritage. And all of this is a massive, massive juggling act.
When I was growing up, neurodiversity wasn't really acknowledged, and most families simply ignored the demands of anything out of the ordinary. As the working mom of a neurodiverse team, I've had to rely on a network of friends, family, therapists, and online resources, including a husband who's a true partner and happy to share in absolutely everything, to ensure I provide the best possible support for both my children and myself. I'm not sure that I'd be able to raise balanced individuals and juggle all my other responsibilities without this village.
I'm a mom of 2 little girls. I find myself in a very different space right now, where I don't always have the answer. Growing up, my mom, and still is my leader, she had all the answers. She knew exactly what to say. Right now, my girls have access to limited information at their fingertips. And this is a challenge for me. I find support and guidance in our school WhatsApp group, where we chat amongst moms of kids of similar ages. I also use ChatGPT, guidance, ideas, and ways to answer difficult questions.
I'm a mom of 3, 2 girls and 1 boy. With the heavy influence of social media, I find it difficult for me to connect with my kids. So it hasn't been hunky-dory in terms of raising the kids on my own. But thank God to a supportive family. They've really stepped up. They've played a role from the beginning and even current in terms of raising the kids. And together we were actually, able to instill some of the critical values in them, especially around self-love, self-care, creating a safe space for them at home, but also ensuring that there is freedom for them so that they can be able to express themselves.
I have a daughter and a son, but I grew up in a pretty traditional household. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked at a bank, which is what pretty much everyone did back in those days. And my dad was the breadwinner. So my mom fulfilled those traditional mothering type of roles. But now, skip a couple of decades later, and I find myself in a very different situation. I consider myself an ambitious woman. I've worked really hard to build a successful career, which doesn't allow me to be that traditional mom. I am a juggling, resourceful mom, and I rely very heavily on my husband and my mom at times to help us just arrange our lives and to keep everything in check. I'm super grateful for all the help and support that allows me to be the best version of me, but for my kids too.